It's your boy Busy, back at it again. I just want to get on here briefly and discuss the absolute devastation currently going on in Morocco. Last Friday, September 9th, they were hit with a 6.8 magnitude earthquake, killing over 2,000 people, absolutely devastating almost all of their homes, infrastructure, and streets. It's just been an absolute heartbreaking situation to see and witness.
A singer interrupted and a wedding crashed by the powerful quake, sending band members and revelers dashing to safety. Across Morocco, footage captures the moment this North African country erupted into panic. And now into a frenzy as they search for the living and mourn the dead. We were having dinner, says Hamid Ben Henna. I asked my son to bring a knife from the kitchen to cut the dessert, but he never did because as soon as he left the kitchen, the earthquake struck. He was buried in 6 feet of rubble.
Damn.
The worst is in the scenic high Atlas Mountains, where dirt roads snake into snow-capped peaks. Many blocked by rock slides, impossible to reach those still trapped beneath the debris, either to save or lay to rest. More than 300,000 people have been impacted by the quake, including foreign residents like Helen Gallagher.
We just couldn't ever imagine something like this happening here, really. It's just been totally devastating. We're just in survival mode and just trying to get help out to the people who most need it. Definitely. And we'll process it afterwards.
While here in Marrakech and its famed Casbah, medieval walls that have stood for 1,000 years could topple with the next aftershock, if they haven't already.
Just look at the actual infrastructure. I mean, it's just completely turned to rubble. A lot of the buildings are made out of sort of like a clay type substance, like a concrete mixture. And like you said, they're so old, they just can't withstand such vibration.
And the need for aid is immense. Now, the U.S. Embassy tells us they're aware of a small number of Americans who have been injured by the quake, but of no deaths. Meanwhile, locals and foreigners alike continue to line up behind me here at the blood bank to give what they can, drop by drop.
The death toll here has risen once again this morning here in Morocco. Around 2,500 people killed in this earthquake, according to Moroccan media. There's damage here in the ancient city of Marrakech. These walls hundreds of years old, bricks crashing to the ground. The authorities trying to get onto the top of the situation here, but it's out in remote mountainous areas near here where entire communities have been devastated by this quake. This morning, the terrifying moment that 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck Morocco, violently shaking buildings.
I'm really scared.
People running for their lives in Marrakech,
just
debris
crumbling.
raining down. Watch on the left, a man somehow getting out as the building collapses.
Ooh.
The powerful tremors devastating communities in the high Atlas Mountains south of Marrakech. This morning, the death toll rising again. Around 2,500 people killed and a similar number injured, according to Moroccan media. Our team reaching one village badly hit, so many homes flattened with families trapped inside. One woman collapsing to the ground in grief. 8 members of her family killed in the quake. Mustafa telling me they're living a nightmare.
It was like a very bad dream I like to wake up from, but I cannot find any, situation to wake up.
Many of the buildings here made with basic materials.
This morning, the desperate search for survivors entering a critical phase. Rescue teams from Morocco and around the world racing to make every minute count. It's now been more than 48 hours since this 6.8 magnitude quake struck south of Marrakech. The most powerful tremor in this region for more than 100 years, sending locals and tourists alike running for their lives in the streets of the historic city. This wedding singer cut off mid-song.
Working in these situations, search and rescue is still of paramount importance.
Oh, of course.
We traveled up a winding mountain road blocked in places by boulders to reach the village of Moulay Brahim.
This village was home to 3,000 people, but locals say at least 40 have been killed. That's more than 1% of the population that lost their lives.
Among them, Lawson's 3 daughters, baby son, and wife.
Wow.
I'm all alone now, he says. I had a home and a family. Now I have nothing. This ID card,
Madame?
the only photograph he has left.
Absolutely heartbreaking stuff happening in Morocco. Of course, I will be leaving links in the description for donations. Whatever you can is appreciated, obviously. These people are in just absolute need at this moment. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to be notified for future videos. And stick around on the channel with some of these fine videos here. And I'll see you next time. Yep. Peace.